All right, so let's dive into this.
Let's do it.
Today we're talking about street wardens,
Yes, we are.
and specifically we are going to be looking at how to ace that interview,
Okay.
how to get that job, and we've got some really cool resources from RoleCatcher that we're going to be referencing.
That's
We've
right.
got career guides, we've got interview guides, even some info on how their AI can help you stand out.
That's right. It's going to be it's a good package.
So think of this deep dive as your own personal cheat sheet
That's right.
to becoming a community safety champion.
Yes, exactly.
But even before all that,
Yeah.
I think we have to kind of understand, what does a street warden do anyway?
Yeah. I think that's a great place to start.
Yeah, because it's more than just patrolling around.
Exactly right.
They're the eyes and ears of their community.
Yeah.
They work with the police, but also they provide general support to the public.
Yeah.
They can help diffuse situations just by being there,
Yeah.
really being a positive presence.
Absolutely.
And the scope of their job is so broad.
Right.
It could be anything from enforcing laws to giving somebody directions.
That's right.
I mean, the very dynamic role, it is a dynamic role.
Mhm.
And I can't even imagine what kind of cool tools they're going to have in the future.
Yeah, right. Who
Mhm.
knows what's coming down the line technologically?
So this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
We were looking through the career guide that RoleCatcher put together,
Right.
and it has this interesting section on the pros and cons of this job.
Sure.
And there's some pretty big pros.
Yeah.
Job security and making a difference in your community.
Right. Like you're actually making a difference.
Exactly.
You can go home at the end of the day feeling good.
Absolutely. And you can go home at the end of the day and know that you're going to have a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
But there are some cons.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to be comfortable working outside,
Yeah.
no matter what the weather's like.
Rain or shine or snow.
Yeah. And you're going to be dealing with
Some
interesting personalities.
Interesting is one word for it. Yeah, absolutely.
So how do you prepare for an interview like this?
Sure.
Well, RoleCatcher has given us 9 key questions
Yeah. So,
to help practice
right.
for this interview.
Yeah.
So let's talk about those. We're going to hit some of the highlights,
Right.
give you some approaches on how to think about them,
Okay.
and even give you some potential follow-up questions
Sure.
you can ask to show that you're really engaged and really thinking.
Absolutely. That's a great way to impress interviewers.
Okay, so question number 1.
Okay.
Can you tell us about your experience working in a community-oriented role?
Okay.
Now, this one sounds super broad,
It does.
but it's really a chance for you to showcase any work that you've done that involved engaging with people, building relationships, and just contributing to a positive environment.
That's right.
So think about stuff like,
Yeah.
have you done any customer service?
Sure.
Have you done any volunteering? Even something like organizing events.
Yeah. Anything that demonstrates that you can work with people.
Yeah, and it's not just about listing those experiences.
Right.
It's about highlighting the specific skills
Right. What did you learn?
that you learned
What did you take away?
and how those skills align with the street warden role.
Absolutely.
So for example, let's say you volunteered at a community garden.
Sure.
You could talk about how you collaborated with different types of people.
Right. From different backgrounds.
Yeah, how you resolved conflicts.
Right.
And even how you help promote that sense of shared responsibility.
Right.
Now, do you have any pro tips on how to kind of answer a question like this?
Absolutely. So one of the most common and effective ways to answer interview questions is using the STAR method.
The STAR method.
Yeah. So you describe the situation, the action that you took, and the result.
So situation, task, action, result.
Exactly. And that helps you stay focused, and it gives the interviewer a really clear picture of what you're capable of.
I like that.
Yeah.
And another thing that you can do is always have a few follow-up questions
Yeah.
ready to go.
Absolutely.
Just to show that you are engaged, you're thinking critically.
It shows that you're interested and you've been thinking about the role.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for this one, you could ask,
Sure.
what specific community initiatives does this street warden role support?
Yeah, that's a great question because it shows that you're thinking about the bigger picture.
Right. And it also shows that you care.
Exactly. And that you're interested in the organization's commitment to the community.
Okay, so question number 2.
All right.
This one's a bit more situational.
Okay.
How would you handle a situation where a member of the public is causing a disturbance on the street?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, this one's all about showcasing your ability to stay calm under pressure
Right.
and de-escalate any potentially tense situations.
Yeah, so it's all about demonstrating sound judgment and a commitment to safety.
Absolutely.
for both yourself and for the public.
So how would you approach answering this question?
So I think the best way to approach it is to outline a step-by-step process.
Okay.
So you assess the situation,
Okay.
right? You attempt de-escalation techniques,
Okay.
and you know when to call for backup.
Okay. And when you're talking about all this, you always want to emphasize that clear communication,
Yes, absolutely.
both with that individual who's causing the disturbance
Yeah,
and with any relevant authorities.
that's right.
Because remember, street wardens are oftentimes that first point of contact.
They are.
So showing that you're composed and professional
Yes,
is absolutely crucial.
it is.
And you always want to have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
So what would be a good one for this?
So I think a good one here would be, what kind of training is provided for handling these types of situations?
I like that.
Because it shows that you're eager to learn and committed to professional development.
Yeah. And also highlights that you understand that these situations require very specific skills and protocols.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move on to question number 3.
All right.
What steps would you take to promote community safety and prevent crime on the streets?
Okay.
This one's all about shining a light on your
Right. On
knowledge
your knowledge base.
of crime prevention strategies.
Okay, so?
So think about things like
Yeah.
community policing principles,
Yeah.
neighborhood watch programs,
Right.
environmental design
Right.
for crime prevention,
That's a big one.
and any relevant experience that you might have.
Right.
And always remember, those concrete examples are key.
That's right.
So for example, you could talk about a time when you organized a neighborhood cleanup
Sure.
to help improve visibility and deter crime.
Great example.
Or you could talk about a time when you successfully implemented a crime watch program
Right.
in a previous community.
Absolutely. And those are great because they show that you're proactive
Exactly.
and you're not just waiting for things to happen.
And what would be a good follow-up question for this one?
I think a good one here would be, are there opportunities to specialize in areas like crime prevention within this role?
I like that.
Because it shows that you're thinking long-term.
Yes.
And that you're interested in contributing beyond just the basic requirements of the job.
And it also subtly hints that you are ambitious and willing to take on more responsibility.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's tackle question number 4.
All right.
How do you prioritize tasks and manage your time effectively on the job?
That's a good one.
This one is all about showcasing your organizational skills
Right.
and your ability to juggle a lot of different responsibilities.
Juggling is definitely part of the job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And a street warden has to be able to adapt to a lot of changing circumstances.
absolutely.
So how do you answer this?
So I think it's important to talk about any systems or techniques that you use to
Okay.
stay organized.
So like to-do lists,
To-do lists,
calendar reminders,
calendar reminders, absolutely.
time blocking strategies,
Time blocking, anything like that.
and of course always include those real-world examples.
Yes, because those are going to make the biggest impact.
So maybe you had to manage a really complex project
Right.
with a really tight deadline.
Sure.
Or you had to juggle a lot of different volunteer commitments
Yeah.
while also working a part-time job.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
Because that shows that you can handle a lot of different things at once.
Right.
And that you're adaptable
And that you can
and resourceful.
resourceful, yes.
Which are really important qualities in a street warden.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so follow-up question here.
Okay.
What would be a good one?
I think a good one would be, what does a typical day look like for a street warden?
Okay.
How much flexibility is there in terms of scheduling and task management?
I like that.
Yeah.
Because it shows that you're thinking practically about the role,
Right.
how you would fit in.
Absolutely.
Okay, on to question number 5. Can you describe a time when you had to communicate a difficult message to a member of the public?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is all about demonstrating your empathy,
Yes.
your professionalism,
Right.
and your ability to handle sensitive situations.
Those are key.
So how do you choose an example?
So I think the best way to choose an example for this one is to think about a time when you had to convey difficult information while remaining respectful and understanding.
Okay.
It could be from a previous job, a volunteer experience, or even a personal situation.
So really the key here is to focus on those skills,
Yes.
like active listening,
Right.
clear communication,
Absolutely.
conflict resolution,
Yeah.
maintaining your composure under pressure.
Under pressure, that's right.
Yeah.
So I really like this follow-up question for this one.
Okay, what is it?
What kind of support is provided to street wardens who may encounter emotionally challenging situations?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Yeah, because it shows that you're aware of the potential stresses of the job
All right.
and the importance of support systems.
We're going to take a quick break right here.
Okay.
But before we do, I just want to touch on something that's super interesting.
Okay.
And that's how RoleCatcher's AI can actually help you refine your answers
Okay.
and tailor them to these specific job roles.
All right. We'll come back to that.
We'll dive deeper into that in just a little bit.
Yeah, that was good.
But first, let's quickly touch on those career insights
Right.
that we got from RoleCatcher's guide.
Okay.
Because this isn't just a job.
Right.
It could be an actual career path.
It can be a career.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot of room for growth there.
Yeah. And the guide highlights some really cool paths.
Right.
Like moving up into supervisory positions.
Right.
Maybe overseeing teams.
Yeah.
Even potentially focusing on specific areas like crime prevention
Yeah.
or community outreach.
Yeah. You could really find your niche
Yeah.
and continue to learn and grow within the role.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get back into those interview questions.
All right, let's do it.
We left off with question 6. How do you ensure you are up to date with the latest safety regulations and guidelines?
That's a good one.
This one's all about showing that you're proactive and committed to staying informed.
So you want to demonstrate that you understand the importance of safety
Yeah.
and that you're willing to take the initiative to stay current.
Okay, so how would you actually convey that in an answer?
I would mention specific sources that you consult,
Okay.
like professional journals, industry websites, government publications.
Okay.
And if there are any relevant training programs or certifications, you could highlight those as well.
So it's not just about knowing the regulations.
Right.
It's about showing that you have a system
Yeah.
for actually keeping up to date.
Exactly.
And you could even tie that back to those career insights that we were just talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like continuous learning is so key for this kind of job.
It is.
Okay, question number 7. How would you handle a situation where you witness someone committing a crime on the street?
Okay. That's a tough one.
Yeah, this one can feel kind of intense,
Yeah.
but it's really about assessing your ability to respond calmly and appropriately.
In a high pressure situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, safety is paramount in this scenario.
Right.
Both for yourself and the safety of others.
So if it's a situation where someone's in immediate danger, you'd call emergency services right away.
Absolutely. Call 911.
And your primary role isn't to like apprehend the criminal.
Right.
It's to make sure everybody's safe
Yeah,
and then cooperate with the authorities.
that's right.
Okay, so what if it's a less urgent situation?
Okay.
What are your next steps?
If it's safe to do so,
Okay.
I would gather as much information as possible,
Like what?
like descriptions of the suspect, the direction they fled, any identifying details.
Okay.
Basically be a good witness.
Okay.
And then when the police arrive, provide that information to them.
And always remember to follow whatever protocols
The protocols, yeah.
and procedures are outlined by your employer.
Absolutely.
Consistency and clear communication is key.
It is.
What would be a good follow-up question for this one?
I think a good follow-up would be, what kind of support or debriefing is provided to street wardens who might witness traumatic or disturbing events?
That's a good one.
Because it shows that you're thinking about the emotional impact
Right.
these situations can have
Absolutely.
and the importance of self-care.
Okay. Question number 8. Can you describe a time when you had to work collaboratively with others to achieve a common goal?
Oh, a teamwork question.
Yeah, this is a classic.
Yeah,
It's all about showcasing your teamwork skills.
absolutely.
So for this one, choose an example that highlights your ability to communicate effectively, listen to others, delegate tasks, resolve conflicts, and really just contribute to a shared objective.
That's right.
So it could be from a previous job,
Sure.
volunteer experience, a team project,
Right.
really any.
Anything where you worked effectively with others.
It's exactly.
And again, use that STAR method.
Situation, task, action, result.
That's right.
Mhm.
Be specific. Provide those details and highlight that positive outcome.
Okay, follow-up question here.
Yeah.
How do street wardens typically collaborate with other agencies or community organizations?
Ooh, I like that one because
Yeah.
it shows that you're interested in the bigger picture.
Right.
And how the role fits within a larger network
That's
of
right.
support.
Okay, question number 9. This is the last one in this set.
Okay, bring it on.
What steps would you take to build positive relationships with members of the public and foster a sense of community on the streets?
Okay.
This one really gets at the heart of what it means to be a street warden.
It does, yeah.
So for this one, you want to demonstrate that you understand the importance of community engagement
Yes.
and that you're willing to go the extra mile
It's extra mile.
to build trust
Right.
and rapport with the people you serve.
Absolutely.
So what are some actual specific steps
Sure.
you could mention?
Attending community events,
Okay. Participating in neighborhood meetings,
Mm-hmm.
introducing yourself to local business owners and residents,
Right.
being proactive and addressing concerns.
So really, it's about being visible, approachable,
Yeah,
and genuinely invested in the well-being of your community.
exactly.
Okay, give me a good follow-up question for this one.
What are some of the biggest challenges street wardens face when it comes to community engagement? And how does the organization support them in overcoming those challenges?
I love that
Yeah,
because it shows that you're aware of the complexities of the role
right.
and the importance of that organizational support.
Yeah, you're really thinking about the whole picture there.
Okay, so before we wrap up,
Well-
let's circle back to that secret weapon we talked about earlier,
The AI.
RoleCatcher's AI.
Yeah,
This is where things get really interesting.
they do.
It's like having a personal career coach right in your pocket,
In your pocket.
guiding you through every step of the process.
I like that.
So,
We've talked about how it analyzes CVs and suggests improvements.
right.
But how does it actually help with interview prep?
Okay, so think of it as a personalized mock interview simulator.
Oh, wow.
You input your prepared answers to those key questions that we've been discussing,
Okay.
and the AI gets to work.
And what is it looking for?
It analyzes your responses for clarity, conciseness, relevance.
So basically, is it making sure you're hitting the key points that
Yeah.
those interviewers are going to be looking for?
Exactly. And it can even pick up on things like your tone and your word choice.
So it's not just about what you say.
Right.
It's about how you say it.
Absolutely, because that's really important in an interview setting.
Yeah.
And here's where it gets even cooler. You can actually choose a video practice option.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the AI will analyze your body language, your facial expressions, even your eye contact.
So it's like having a personal coach guiding you through
Yeah.
every single nuance
Every nuance.
of the interview process.
Exactly.
That is amazing.
Yeah. It's really impressive technology.
Okay, so you've used the AI,
Okay.
you've perfected your answers,
Huh?
you're feeling prepared and confident.
Right.
What's the next step?
Go out there and ace that interview.
But it doesn't end there,
It doesn't.
because RoleCatcher is with you every step of the way.
That's right.
Their career guides provide all those insights into advancement opportunities,
Right.
specialized training programs,
Yeah.
even networking events.
That's right.
It's amazing to have that kind of support system
It is.
as you navigate your career path.
And remember that vision that we talked about,
Yeah.
the impact you want to make as a street warden. Keep that in mind.
Because ultimately that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
Using your skills and your passion to make a difference.
absolutely.
Well said.
Thanks.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of street wardens.
I hope it was helpful.
We hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and empowering.
Yeah.
Remember, you've got all the tools and the resources you need to succeed.
You do.
So go out there, make a difference, and remember, we're always here to support you.
Always.
Thanks for joining us until next time. Stay curious
Stay curious.
and keep striving to make that positive impact. Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground today.
We have.
Understanding the role of a street warden.
Right.
We dissected all those interview questions,
Uh-huh.
and we even got a little glimpse of the different career paths that await.
That's right.
But I feel like we haven't fully explored that game changer.
The AI.
RoleCatcher's AI.
It's really impressive.
Yeah. And what I love about it is that it's not just for like tech-savvy people.
Right. It's designed to be user-friendly for everyone.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit further.
All right.
We've talked about how it analyzes CVs and suggests improvements,
Right?
but how does it actually help with interview prep?
Okay, so think of it as a personalized mock interview simulator.
Okay.
You input your prepared answers to those key questions we discussed,
Uh-huh.
and the AI gets to work.
What exactly is it looking for?
It's analyzing your responses for clarity, conciseness, relevance.
So basically, is it making sure that you're hitting those key points that the interviewers are going to be looking for?
Exactly, and it can even pick up on things like tone and word choice.
Oh, wow. So it's not just about what you say.
Or
It's
not.
about how you say it.
Exactly, because that's so important in an interview.
Yeah.
And here's where it gets really cool.
Okay.
You can actually choose a video practice option.
What? So it analyzes the video.
It analyzes the video.
Wow.
So it can look at your body language, your facial expressions, even your eye contact.
So it really is like having a personal coach
It is.
guiding you through every single nuance
Every nuance.
of that interview.
It's really impressive.
That's incredible.
It is.
Okay, so you've used the AI.
Right.
You've perfected your answers.
Mhm.
You're feeling prepared and confident.
Right.
What's the next step?
Go out there and ace that interview.
But the journey doesn't end there,
No, it does.
because RoleCatcher is with you every step of the way.
That's right.
Those career guides provide so many insights
They do.
into advancement opportunities, specialized training programs.
Networking events.
Yeah. Networking is so important.
It is.
It's amazing to have that kind of support
It is.
as you're navigating your career path.
And remember that vision we talked about?
Yeah.
The impact that you want to make as a street warden?
Yeah. Keep that in mind.
Keep it in mind.
Because ultimately, that's what it's all about.
It is.
Using your skills and your passion to make a real difference.
Make that difference.
Well said.
Thanks.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of street wardens.
I hope you enjoyed it.
We hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and empowering.
Empowering.
Remember, you've got all the tools and the resources that you need
You too.
to succeed.
So go out there.
Make a difference. And remember, we're always here to support you.
We are.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
Until next time, stay curious and keep striving to make that positive impact.